amateur. You could take it a bunch of different directions between either running it in a professional series like the Conti series, or you could run it in a club series. So there's many ways you can go with the Cayman GT4 Club Sport.
How far away from being full GT4 is it? What would you have to do to make it a GT4 car?
That is an excellent question that I don't know the answer to.
But you're now going to go and find out
you
if I
bet
know
I am.
anything about you. I just had the opportunity
with only one use. Whoa, big shot, but that could be a safety car.
Now that looks like a mechanical failure under braking.
That's a big impact. The McLaren suddenly spared off the right.
He just overreact, or it's hard to tell there was anything. I thought maybe there'd been something mechanical, but that just looks like more or less a driver instigated. And once the car started its career.
Whoa! And around goes Takuma Sato back into the wall.
And that's a hard hit right there. He just looks like Paul. He got in there to one and just way too loose, and it just came around on him.
Take a listen to this.
Well, we didn't have the audio, but I promise you it was a big boom.
Violent.
And so thankful for the safer barriers for an impact like that. And you got to remember, the teams were here for 2 days testing.
Right. Oh, more time. We've got another car into the wall. This time it's Hinchcliffe. We'll ride along with him.
Wide open and just loses it.
Right in the center of the turn.
And that was not just the...
Oh, that's and indeed, it's one of the B3 cars that's been pushed into him. So, yes, it was causing, contact between the two. Kamini sideways. Is there a puncture on the rear? Yes, I think there is, as Kamini spins out. The 2015 TCR.
Og her er altså den langsomme gengivelse. Noget er slået af bagenden, og han er kørt af ud gennem gruset. Og det er meget ubehageligt. Farten går ikke ned over hovedet, tilbage der på tværs af banen, og samtidig kommer der heldigvis ikke nogen bagfra. Og endnu et problem, denne gang for dome nummer 16. Det er et ret uhensigtsmæssigt sted at sætte den af. Bilen er lige ved at flippe over, og han er gået ned af brandvejen. Det skal de alle, og måske var føreren af den anden TVR en smule uopmærksom. Af banen i sin dome direkte ind i barrieren.
Coming down, almost the pit lane wall. And there's damage to Newgarden's car. That front wing is broken, so double whammy. I mean, Newgarden's got to come in and get a wing.
We've got a new steward format here in IndyCar. Right. It goes to a vote of 3. We've got Max Pappas, Dan Davis, and Arie Luyendyk. And they're going to probably review that and have to make a decision. Was that a vote?
Keep it behind you. One to go.
The white flag is out. They're going to Sauter with a big run. They're crashing. Christopher Bell upside down. And climb out.
Very fortunate that these trucks are as safe as they are. Look at this truck just get out of control. Probably about the fastest part of this speedway, Phil, right out of the tri-oval.
It just starts tumbling.
That young man with his dirt racing background, I'm sure he's had many barrel rolls in his career, but none like that.
And Michael, I know you've been upside down. I've been upside down like that. The flipping's not...
Lopez cuts his nose off. Muller's shut the door on Thiago Monteiro. Out backwards goes Rob Huff. He was helped out by somebody or other. Damage to the right rear, hopefully, but quite have the revs and clutch balance right. Exactly it was. He clattered into Rob. Tarquini, hits teammate Valente, and Valente then hits Rob Huff. No fault of Valente's. 11 Citroen, and the bright blue car of Ted Bjørk right behind him into me.
Her kan man se, han kæmper hårdt med Porschen. Han forsøger at undgå muren. Det er den anden af de 2 Yukos-sponserede Porscher. Det er de 2 russere Fomenko, der deler bilen med. Det er på det sted, hvor den hollandske bil er stoppet. Det er lige midt i Porsche-kurvene. Og det ser ud som om, det er motoren, der er stået af. Vi så olierøg. En af BMS-Ferrari'erne er stået af ind i muren ret kraftigt endda, og jeg tvivler på, at den der bil kommer ud og kører igen.
That leads the race, and I reckon Ralph Varoni's going to get through to second place. Then there's contact, and wheel car up on 2 wheels. 1-2. It was lively on the way into the first corner. Max Gunther got sucked into it. A bit of locking up. Ben Barney-Cope clips over the curbs. The car that went up onto two wheels was the number 22 machine of Joel Eriksson. So I thought it was the Motor Park car, and it was. Points that you were on at the start of the race. Oh, Ralph Aron has acting line, and what happened? Tyre came off. That's what caused the spin by the looks of things. Now he was.
Aí já recupera a posição, mas já teve toque. Você viu? Acabou e ali a batida, envolvendo ali Rubinho. Rafael Suzuki também. Marcos Gomes bateu, hein? Marcos Gomes está fora da prova. Era o risco que existia. Rubinho e Marcos Gomes, os dois carros para.
Die Einzelsegmente einsammeln. Frank, was ist da passiert? Ja, wir hatten das genau dort. Achtung, Frank, schau hin. Untersteuern. Ja. Der erste Audi ist draußen. Das kann man, glaube ich, nach dem Einschlag in der ersten Schikane auf der Inodier sagen.
Die Ziellinie überquert haben, und da gibt es erneut eine Berührung, dass jetzt durch das Ausscheren von Keisuke Nakajima trifft er den Delta Wing, der in der Ecke,
der man ankommt, 310 km/h, voll ausgedreht im 6. Gang, und dann das.
In the Pegasus racing car, you know, these are one of the guys that we were talking about.
Roussel, there it is again.
He had just improved.
Neil Curtis and Bleekemolen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a car we
and he just got on the curb. Oh, bang!
Driver error there.
Yeah, this is sketchy. Now, we're getting a report the engine is running, but he cannot find a gear right now in that machine. And it was the Delta Wing.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I would be saying go high.
Boy, that was big. That lifted that number 8 to come.
Pretty much through the corner. He then suddenly snapped away from him the other way, and then they retired.
Between the number 1 Audi, the Ferrari behind, but then further behind them, with the McLaren in the middle of that sandwich, we had the 3 and 4 Audis clashing with each other, the number 5 bunch. And look at that wonderful onboard footage, and a disaster for the team on its home patch. Belden Algae Club, Team WRT.
The Bentley going into the Ferrari, it does look pretty 50-50 to me.
It sort of does, but my eyes were drawn to the number 2 Audi making its move up by the far wall, and of course ramifications for that later in the race. A replay of the replay, if you will.
Up ahead of Shadon and off the road goes Dave Newsham through the gravel into the tyres.
Oh, and Alex Martin going off. Oh. And that's a hard hit.
running in too wide.
Didn't get the car slowed down enough for the corner, really, and just ran on wide. Just couldn't make the corner at this point.
Here, Martin Depper gets sideways. Oof, big whack in the door.
Well, that was nothing to do with the other.
Ça ne fait pas aller. Oh là là! Et un accrochage. Ma est venu toucher Roboff. C'est terminé pour la.
Ça touche. Hop, déjà une petite touchette entre la Lada et les hop. Oh là là, hop, 1, 2, 3.
Et Hugo Valente a eu beaucoup de réussite. On revoit
regardez,
ici.
Poum.
Alors c'est Sébastien Loeb qui perd d'abord un peu le contrôle de l'arrière.
Et voilà, top, là ça tape avec. C'est Seb qui est passé.
Seb est passé, mais en revanche, Ma est revenu.
3 ตลบครับโอ้โหชิคเคนตีลังกา3 ตลบครับเห็นชัดเจนมากนั่นเบอร์อะไร28ใช่ไหม
Quarto, Júlio Campos o quinto, Thiago Camilo vem lento se arrastando.
E agora ele vai ter que dar a volta toda da pista nesse ritmo para poder voltar. Olha aí,
rapaz, olha o acidente. Olha o acidente, bateram por trás ali no Thiago. Quando ele via muito.
And there in the air is Phil Driver, straight over the top it looks like of Matty Graham, bouncing high in the air before the rolls. Side Muller, Banani into the back of Muller, and off go. Whoa! And a lot. Oh! No, who hit Coronel? Who's came?
Oh, that was someone getting into Michelin.
Yeah.
That was Valente.
And Björk trying to fight him, goes off wide, and there's contact, and Gabrielli. Broken left.
Painted curves are absolutely treacherous.
Yeah. Well, Philippi was going all the way there, wasn't he? He was never in control of the track.
This is what it looks like. It was just a barging move. lots of body contact, everybody on the grass. Corner sideways, Lusterinen and Borgard. Look at the state of that number 8 MAN.
Time after time, as Lucas Orrick was an unfortunate retiree, getting no traction on the grass and thumping.
Hätte auch ganz übel ausgehen können. Ist also wirklich kreiselnd und ohne irgendwelche Möglichkeit überhaupt dagegen zu steuern, quer in das Fahrzeug rein. Und Dienst hat's kommen sehen. Ja, einzige richtige Möglichkeit. Haben Sie gesehen, wie die...
There was some contacts on the way into turn one. No, he's third. He wants to be in second place, George Russell. One or two others drifting out.
Have got nowhere to go. Whoops, there's contact. Siggyhow gets turned around in the mid-pack and off he goes backwards into the barrier.
And in one or two cases on cold tyres, people are pit lane. And then we have this drama as well for the number 69 Lamborghini is off.
Looked like he missed a gear. Stuck in gear, and then, like Markelov got on to... And Jordi Janae gets the lead, nothing do they touch? And that's not good! Oh, into the barrier at Reservoir! And the Reservoir dogs have taken by storm this...
A bit of tarmac for the first couple of laps of the race. Some more fortunate than others. And the treacherous, there was drama down at the first chicane as Loris Spinelli and Dennis Lynn met in the middle. Off into the gravel went Might. But by that stage, the race leader had long gone. Dennis Lynn, the race 1 winner, headed for the grass. Headed up the escape road was the Italian driver Manuele Mengozzi.
Luiz Ribeiro, que tá ali, aquele carro colorido ali, vermelho e amarelo. E olha, no toque ali com o Denigres, né? O Denigres aqui ficou ensanduichado, acaba tocando os dois carros e eles batem lá no muro do box. Realmente assustador. E o Fernando Fortes que não deu sorte, né? Na última etapa também Interlagos havia batido.
E olha só. Best drivers to contend here. Whoa! And that was a big moment, and it's got even worse as round goes the Bentley. Jeffrey Lee gets...
Primeira volta na segunda posição. Olha como vem Ricardo Batista para cima do Daniel Schneider. Tem mais acidente. Um acidente forte. Maurício Billy foi atingido. Olha como vai escalando ali Maurício Billy. O carro número 84 do Fábio Alves. Sai da pista também o Rodolfo. O limite dele é menor. Por quê? Porque ele fez um pit stop. Oh, Daniel Schneider! A batida forte de Daniel Schneider. Na protezione di
Guerrieri che commette un errore e finisce contro le protezioni del circuito siciliano. Il Siciliano è protagonista di un terribile incidente con la sua Ibiza. Ventoso incidente ma senza conseguenze per Alessandra Torresani che arriva larga alla Rivazza e perde il controllo della sua Ibiza.
Crozier has picked up a little bit of standing water, his wheels have locked up and he's just aquaplaning and he goes off, so does Frankie, and Alcoyer's got off again this time. These trucks are going everywhere, Crozier goes into the tyre barrier.
Will be investigated after the race. What, because it's now illegal to get away slowly from the grid? Mehdi Benani right behind him saying, let's tell the story of there. As Norby goes off. Left front puncture. Coronel has gone by them both as a consequence. And that was Montero.
Will give him a squeeze. Oh, Jackson's off. Jackson spins in front of the pack. Oh, and he's hit by McNeil. He was bound to be hit by. Oh no, he gets hit by Tom Ferrier. Oh, we've got cars all over the place.
Oh, that is, well, that's going to be a red flag for sure. But what a disastrous start. They got...
Trying various lines. Di Silvestro, who has experience of this racetrack. A few problems, finding the limit of adhesion by exceed.
Where Coronel went off as well, I think.
Same place, same incident. And again, on the curbs on the outside where Coronel was, just a few feet deeper into the corner. Is there a bump there? Because that's exactly the same thing. He's trying to turn right and it snaps left on it.
Muller looks...
Tarquini turns the Chinese driver around. Mark can't win.
He's aiming for second on the outside line. He might get hung out to dry as a really sideways Honda of Gordon Shedden gets all crossed out, but they've all missed in some.
They may not be as fast, but they're just as spectacular. This is truck racing at Zolder in Belgium, and Jochen Hahn gets his 7-ton Mercedes to do a vertical 360. Looking a little less like it did before he turned into the last bend. And here's some more.